Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Morgan Greer Tarot, Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. Okay. There's a card that flew out of the deck and it's face down, and I really want to know what's going on there. But I think we have to get these things out first. We have to get to that portion. Okay. Something going on around you that I don't think you're going to be expecting, quite frankly. Even though when you come into the situation, you're trying to keep like more of a distance of from the situation. There's a good reason for this. Okay. The situation itself seems to be self-sustaining. It's not perfect. But with what you have to deal with, is that hostility? Yeah. See, there's some aggression in the situation. You've got walk away at the bottom. You have hostilities on top of that. But on top of it, you have adjacent possibilities. I feel like this is explaining why you're just kind of like you're standing back. When I'm getting the walk away, it's not like you've permanently walked away, but you're kind of staying back from a situation. There's a bit of hostility there, and at the moment, it's acceptable. It's barely acceptable, but it's there. And it's kind of like, you know what, instead of going in and trying to fight this battle, which is quite a thing, and because I also feel like if you go in there and fight this, it's kind of like there's a lot more hostilities that come forward. It could even go more out of balance, and you're kind of like, I don't want to create more imbalance. So why go in there and fight it if it's not going to actually make something better? So you're kind of holding off to the side. Not permanently, but like for now, I'm just going to kind of wait it out, just for now. And you got the King of Pentacles on your side, kind of like, as long as it seems to be stable the way it's going, not perfect, but it could be worse. As long as it stays stable this way, I guess I'm okay with it. It's kind of begrudgingly, kind of like, I guess. You've got the Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. Yep. This is in the environment. Somebody's really happy because they're getting what they want out of a situation. You seem to be leaving them alone. I do feel like they're a bit aggressive, though, at times. So they seem to be quite happy with how things are going at this point. So for a while, it was going like this for a while. Some of you are maybe currently in that stage. But that stage is going into the next phase. What is the next phase? Let's see here. These are 3 face-down cards. The one that fell out of the deck is Patience face down. So this fell out of the deck. Like something is slowly changing here. Somebody's been biding their time. Somebody's been waiting for this moment to do something a little differently. There's changes coming forward. They've got also, this was face down, judgment in their favor. When this is all face down, I feel like none of this was being presented to you. You're seeing the end result. They definitely did not pull you in until they felt like they had to. And when it's time, and when they feel like the time is right for them, that's when they came forward with the King of Swords. They didn't tell you what was going on. They kept it a secret. They strategically brought it forward when they felt necessary. And now they're getting judgment in their favor, but they've been working on this for a while behind the scenes. When this comes forward, it's not out of the realm of possibility for you. And what I mean by that is kind of like, you knew that there's possibilities that something like this would happen. I don't see you really shocked. I just see that you don't like it. So something else is changing in the situation, and now it seems to be going into a new phase. At first, you're not really liking it, but I feel like you're also kind of getting forced forward. So it's kind of like, well, I guess we're going to have to see how it shakes out and go from there. You're not really liking it at first. Not really. No. The energy coming in, like, there's a lot coming in this next spot. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Slowly but surely moving forward. Very defined about where they want to go and how they're going to do it. The Knight of Cups is like every step forward, it's like every little inch they make, every little inch they take, they're very happy about it. They're feeling okay. They seem to be very patient as long as they get what they want. And they keep getting more and more of what they want, so they are patient about it. The other things I'm seeing come in here are the High Priestess with the Ace of Pentacles. High Priestess? Yes. They're not totally at the moment of success yet. But the situation isn't totally won over or totally gone their way at this point either, what I'm getting with the High Priestess. It's kind of like, well, so far it's going the way they want. And the Ace of Pentacles is telling me that the next few changes will be permanent. But they haven't happened yet. And we have to see how that shakes out before we really know what's going to happen next. Because I'm getting like, there's extra factors. There's more external factors that are going to come into play. It's like, maybe they want this and that to happen, but once you get out on the road, it's kind of like making a trip. Like, they've decided and they've been planning and they haven't been telling you about it, but they're like, okay, we are going to go over to this town next, and we're going to go this direction, and we're going to stay at this hotel, and we're going to do this and this and this when we get there. But the thing is, what the High Priestess is saying is like, that sounds all good and nice, but life has its way. Weather can factor things. Unexpected detours can come in. Maybe what they've planned, they didn't plan well enough, and things are going to fall through. I'm getting like, there's certain plans here, but I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles that like they have to actually come into play before you can really solidify them. Like, until they show up in this next town, it's like they planned it all online. You know, it's like you plan something online and you think, well, I saw the pictures online, it looks great. When I get there, it should be wonderful. But then you show up and you're like, oh my Lord, what is this? Like, the price looks really good, or did look really good. Now I see why. One of those things. You can't seem to stop this next phase from coming in. You're blocked from it. The Two of Swords with the World coming in is telling me next phase comes in. You don't seem to have the ability to change, to stop it. You can't. I don't feel like you can stop it. All right, so the next phase comes in. Now this comes in to where, again, I feel like going into something with a certain plan, feeling like, well, this is what we're going to do. I planned it all online. It looked good online. The price was right. Here we go. But then when you show up, it's like, oh my goodness, this is not at all what I thought this was going to be. The King of Rods with the Ten of Pentacles. There's this external factor. This really kind of moves things around. Whatever plan they had going, it started off really great. It seemed like they were going to get everything they wanted, but life throws in monkey wrenches. I'm getting, when they showed up, whatever they thought was going to happen, when it actually came into play, it feels a lot different than what they thought it was going to be. It turned out a lot different. The stability that's coming from this is now, for some reason, the power is coming over towards you. People are trying to find a different way to do things because they're like, wait a minute, now we're stuck with this. Now that we're here, now what do we do? The King of Rods is like, I feel like that's kind of like saying, I almost feel like that's somebody handing over the baton saying, I have been in power this long, but now that we're here, I don't know what to do. What should we do? What do you think? Now I'm noticing the victory with the Door to Spirit. Power is coming over your way. The Door to Spirit is saying, this is your moment. The opportunity is here in front of you. So victory is on your side. The opportunity is here in front of you. This is why. Something failed that was unexpected actually went to your favor because it did that way, because of the way it played out. May have looked good on paper, but when it actually played out, it didn't work. This gives you your moment. Now, this is where we want to be careful. there's going to be opportunities presented to you. Don't sit on them too long. You got the indecision with the sixth chakra, which is the third eye chakra. It's usually about intuitive abilities. I feel like you're not comfortable because you know what you want to do, but you don't trust that it's going to work. Something like you're having a hard time trusting that the situation isn't going to hit another boulder or have the bottom is going to fall out again or something. You're having an issue with that. The Hierophant is also here saying, but things can't dally for long. Your moment to make a decision only lasts so long. It's got a shelf life. Definitely has a shelf life here. Be careful of the indecision. You're going to have to go with your gut feeling on this one. I think that's what we're saying with the, yeah. You're going to have to go with your gut. You're going to have to go with your gut and just be like, well, this one looks good to me, so I guess we're going to have to go with that. It's going to be very uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. I'm getting you're not going to like it, but this is what's going to kind of keep it more over in your control. Go with your gut. If you hold off too long, which seems like it's a rational reason why you would want to, but what I get is if you hold off too long, that other person pulls back in and makes a quick decision and takes back over. So to keep the power on your side, go with your gut intuition on this one. Don't let indecision hold you back, because the rules are saying you can't wait too long without this other person coming in. Now, the journey coming in with the strategy is telling me it's all up to you who actually is going to be in control of the journey. Whoever makes this decision, if you go with your gut and move forward, it may not be the best decision technically, but it will put the power back in your hand. Once you start making decisions and you keep making decisions, you have more control and more ability to direct things. It's like you got a hold of the steering wheel. And now that it's like when the car's in motion, right? You're going on a trip, you're driving through town. Unless you pull over and switch seats again, you're the one driving. And it's kind of like you're ending up on a highway. The longer you're in the driver's seat, the more you can decide what's going to happen. But once you give up the driver's seat to somebody else, then you're subject to when they want to let you drive. The strategy is also in your control the longer you're in the driver's seat, because you're the one turning left, turning right, stopping, going, deciding how fast things go. You want to stay in the driver's seat as long as you can, is what I'm getting. The whole point of this reading is what I'm getting is like when you get the opportunity to make a decision and you're like I'm not sure, I really would like to have more information. Don't dally much longer. Go with your gut decision, roll forward. At least you'll be in control and you'll be able to continually make more decisions. Go with your gut decision. That's what I'm getting from this. Like, keep the control in your court. Go with your gut decision. All right? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. James4astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.